Hi everyone and welcome to Purple Hayz. It's March the 13th and it's the new moon. And I was going to do an On the Rooms live with a meditation, but I'm not sure how people would feel about that. So I will do one tonight. I'm just going to eat my tea first. I'm having a very late tea. So yeah, the new moon this month is about really sort of getting to grips with your goals, where you want to be, manifesting, and not worrying too much about other people and their sort of wishes and things, but worrying about yourself and taking responsibility. So the two cards that I have come forward, for anybody that might be watching this, I asked for some cards, some guidance for everyone, and the two I had from the Oracle pack. The first one was responsibility, which was an interesting one. So do what you feel right, and above all else, it's impossible to please all parties involved. So it's generally about pleasing yourself and having the responsibility for your own life and actions, and others must take responsibility for themselves. So if that rings any bells with you and you've been worrying about other people a little bit too much, or anyone in particular, especially from your past, that resonates very well for me at the moment. So I've been having a bit of a sad week actually, but then I did have my jab last week, so I've been a little bit out of sorts because of that, but I'm starting to feel back to my normal self. Also we've got the karma card as well, which rings a little bit with the responsibility card. So someone from your past is going to re-emerge, or they have re-emerged in the last week or so, and it will give you the opportunity to handle things a little bit differently this new moon, if that's the case. So stand firmly in your power, and yet also see the light of love as well involved. Okay, so this is going to teach you to forget about that person or heal over that person, so that you can let them go, so that you can manifest the dreams and desires you want. So the universe is going to be presenting you lots of fresh opportunities to clear away that lingering karma that's linked to a relationship that maybe you've just finished with or ended with, or something that's come back into your life that you don't need to remember anymore, and you need to let that go. Okay, so responsibility and karma are the two that I'm getting for all my followers at the moment, if you're watching this. So it's the new moon in Pisces. We're just leaving the Aquarius moon, and I asked what gemstone would be good at this time for meditation, and to help yourself, and it's come with the blue stone, which is for intuition, this one here for the third eye, and it's a blue, well, I'd say it's blue aventurine, this one. Normally I'd say sodalite, but that one is actually blue aventurine. So that's the one that came forward, and that's quite an interesting stone, that one. That was one that I found after my father died, and if you look carefully, if you can see, it's got a little Y inscribed in it. Can you see that? And it freaked me out. It was as if someone had actually wrote in it, and I thought, it's not a Y, it could be an A. It could be an A for Anthony, my dad. So it was a bit of a weird one, but it's also a H for Haley. If it's back to front for you guys, but it's a H for me, so it was a little sign from my dad maybe that he was saying hello to me, because it had his name on it. I'm yet to show you the guitar piece that my ex-partner found on the beach. That was an incredible story. We went to the beach after Dad died, and I said he wasn't there, and I was determined not to go, and my partner found a piece of guitar washed up on the beach. That was quite interesting, and my dad was actually a guitar player. So, and it had Chantry inscribed on it as well, which was actually where he actually used to live. So Chantry was the brand of the guitar, you see. I'm just going to turn my light up a bit, because it's a bit dark now. We've gone yellow for some reason. I like it purple. There we go. Oh dear. So yeah, I've been very, very busy. Been playing around with the keyboard, doing a few angelic tunes. So I don't know if you've heard any of those and what you think of them. They're not quite tweaked yet, they're not finished, they're just literally my first attempt at doing some pretty chilly music, because by law you can't try and sell your products with someone else's music apparently. So I thought I'd give it a go with the, sorry, I've got a mirror here. Yeah, so I thought I'd give it a go with my own sort of music. So I put a few of those on sort of videos with jewellery and things like that. So yes, so what else can I tell you about the moon? Is to understand your soul's journey, really. And I want to do the sort of meditation I want to do would be connecting to your higher self as well a little bit, so that you can really get into depths of where you want to be, and finding more out about yourself, because a lot of people don't love themselves enough, and they don't give themselves enough time and attention to really discover who they are and what they're about, and what even spirituality is about, because there's no set rules to spirituality. That there's a few sort of, say, not ground rules, but ways you could aspire to lead your life. And the reason I chose Reiki was because there is, several Reiki principles that go with that sort of line of spirituality, if you want to follow that path. And it's, it's a little bit like the Bible, but it's not. It's quite laid back rules, but it's not. It's about being honest to yourself, living your life honestly, working honestly, loving all living creatures, that sort of thing. Just for today, do not worry. Just for today, do not anger. Just for today, I will be kind to all living things. It's that sort of principle, really. And sometimes that is hard to live by if we've got a lot of stress in our life and a lot of people are bringing us down, or we're not happy in our job. There's lots of reasons why we might not be aspiring to the true person we want to really be. So I am going to be starting up my spiritual groups again soon, and I want to do like a beginner course, a 6-week beginner course for people that haven't ever done it before, that are totally new to it. I think it's quite important that they do like the beginner course first, which I was going to say is over 6 weeks. I was going to charge, it sounds a lot, but I was going to charge about £120 for that course, and that will basically sort of cover that's the 6 weeks. That would work out £20 a week if you were going to work it out like that. I'm happy to take deposits, and you can pay bit by bit if that's easier for you. But I'd say if you've never done it before, you'd really benefit from the 6-week course, because I'll touch base on a little bit of everything, as much as I can without going in too much into depth, because really there needs to be specialist courses for specialist things. But I was thinking, calling it a spiritual enlightenment course, you would say, for beginners. And I will teach you how to sort of love yourself unconditionally, how to love others, and how to remove any things that you want to remove from inside of you, any feelings that you want to clear, anything like that. And you've never meditated before, so it would be a chance for me to teach you how to meditate. And we build that up over the weeks. There'll be a different sort of topic each week, so maybe we'd start with sort of the principles and maybe tips of how to do spiritual practice and development, and we could do meditation with that, and I'd teach you a bit about Reiki, because I'd give you a little bit of Reiki as well, send you out some healing, some distance healing and stuff, if we were doing it on Zoom, say. So there's 2 options. I was going to do it by Zoom and via face-to-face once the COVID restrictions are lifted, and I can have 4 people in here at a time, and I'm just at the moment trying to sort out who's going in what group, because some of you people would have never done it before. So the people that haven't done it before, I would really like you to do the 6-week course if you want to, and that would be good, because then it would be, you'd be dedicated to those 6 weeks. You're not going to miss a session, because what I found before was maybe in the groups, sometimes people don't come and they miss things, and they miss bits, and then it's really hard to catch people up. So if people do that 6-week course to begin with, initially, boom, 6 weeks, and in that time you're practicing each week between each thing I'm teaching you, ready for the next session. You'd also be sent literature as well in the post, so that price would include a full chakra Reiki set, all the chakra crystals you need for your chakras, which I teach you all about in the 6 weeks. So we'll be learning about chakras, chakra healing, crystals that you could use to help with particular areas of your life, and how you can cleanse and sage, not just the crystals, but your own personal self, your home, and how you can sort of protect your space. Teaching you how to ground yourself. We'll be able to do some visualization techniques and vision boards, which would help manifest your dreams. The importance of sort of keeping your chakras balanced, and how I can keep you grounded, and how you can keep yourself grounded. So it's a lot of awareness about how you can heal yourself, and how you can connect to Mother Earth, Source, or Spirit, whichever you want to call it, and how you can really get in touch with that, and get in touch with your guides as well, and your angelic guides that are always there for you, but maybe some of you aren't aware and you're just not sure where to turn, to do that. So it's all about, and also you'll be connecting with other people as well, like-minded people, because maybe some of you feel a bit isolated and you haven't been able to chat to like-minded people. So sometimes joining a group like that can really make you feel special, make you feel part of something. Sometimes we get, people get the mick taken out of them for it, or their partners might not agree with what you're doing, but to me it's like going to Zumba or going to bingo is something you enjoy, and if you don't enjoy it, that's fine. I'd be quite happy to give people a refund if they come along and thought, no, this isn't for me. I've never had that happen before. Most of the time it has sent people on a further spiritual journey, And I do have 2 ladies that have been with me for quite a while, over a year. But obviously the COVID stopped us progressing on that journey, and they were almost at the point where I was thinking of taking them on the next level, of giving them the Reiki level 1 if they wanted it, okay? And I hadn't decided whether to charge any extra for that. I thought because they've been coming to me for quite a long time, I was quite happy to go ahead and do that. But because we've had the COVID break, I don't know whether those ladies in question would like to start again from the scratch, because it will be slightly a different format this time. It will be more structured learning, and it will be, you know, you'll get a folder with things in that I will send you in the post if it was a Zoom option. The price is exactly the same on Zoom as opposed to face-to-face, because I also have to post the items to you as well, and obviously if you're face-to-face you're able to pick them up. So you know, you'll get a little journal so you can record things as well, because it's very important you have a journal. So yeah, and so as the weeks go on, you will receive different tools and different things that's going to help you on your journey, and you sort of build it all up together. And then once those 6 weeks are over, obviously you could then come to the monthly spiritual group with everybody else, where we, you know, and that will be an optional thing whether you come or not, because I might run that fortnightly. Actually, I might do 2. I might have to because of the numbers. I might get to a point where I've got to do it every week. You know, I've got to do it every week, the group, you know, so that people can come, basically. So yeah, most people like to come once a month, to be honest. This is a bit intense. Yeah, most people like to come once a month, but Hayley and various other people, another member of the group, I hope you don't mind mentioning your name, Hay, another Hayley, let me turn this down a bit, was saying that she felt that once a month wasn't quite enough. So there is the option to, which is the volume, there is the option to, you know, change, you know, decide whether you want to come every fortnight. I mean, I don't get my children every week, I have them every fortnight, so I may still be able to do it every week, because I have got my partner here as well to help with the children. So yeah, that's about it really, and it'll be, you know, learning how to heal yourself, letting go of things you want to let go. And yeah, I think it'd be quite an interesting course for people that want to start opening up to their higher self, understanding where their journey's going and going into that. It's a time to go into your sacred space as well, and I teach you how to do that, because meditation isn't as complicated as you think it is. Once you've learned how to do it, it's something you can do even when you're washing up, you know, so it's just a case of practice, dedication, and honouring that with yourself, that you need that space and that time for yourself. And it's interesting how things unfold once you start tapping into your higher self and things like that, which meditation, so it's nothing you know, boogie-fied or anything like that. It's not that sort of group. And also we do sort of card readings as well, so I teach you how to you know, you'd learn how to interpret some of the cards on the journey, because you'd have various cards that would come forward for you, various things in meditation. Sometimes you don't get anything, but as time progresses you tend to develop more. So it's all about how much work you put into it as well, and how dedicated you are at home in between, because you can do extra reading as well for yourself if you want. And I was even thinking of giving a, you know, just a little certificate at the end of it all to say you've done the basic spiritual course and what you've learnt within it. So yeah, that would be a good thing. So yeah, the new moon this month is especially creative and romantic, so if any of you have sort of had anything going on in love at the moment, that would be why. But there will be a feeling of moving forward as Venus and Neptune approaches and sort of goes in conjunction with Pisces. The time of the new moon will lead us to a sense of helping one another through sensitivity and our vulnerability. So we've been a little bit sort of sensitive and vulnerable, what with the jab and everything and the COVID, everybody's been feeling a bit vulnerable. I've been feeling a bit angry and a little bit tearful this week, but that was due to some past sort of karma, like I said, coming forward for me, and also the jab made me feel a little bit out of sorts in myself. I did get a bit of a headache and felt a bit lifeless, but I did also charge the grid a couple of days ago, which tends to deplete me the day after, and one of my people's on the grid said that they had the same sort of thing happen, so that tends to happen the day after, but I'm feeling a lot better today. The sort of star signs most affected this month would be, with the new moon, would be Sagittarius and obviously Pisces being March, Virgo as well, and also Sagittarius. So I did post out a little video earlier. You could share a dream with another person at the moment, so it could be quite a romantic time for some of you, enjoying life with a new love or something like that. Okay, so comment below if you feel that's happened. I do post these on YouTube, so like and subscribe to me if you've got this on YouTube, and share it out to whoever you feel might benefit from this. So the reality really is what we think is what will flourish in our own thoughts. So our words and actions, you have to align them with all that you desire at the moment, and sort of envisage a better life for yourself, rather than think of your fears. Think of your goals and positivities at the moment, because you'll manifest those. So you need to sort of imagine, close your eyes and visualize sort of peace radiating through your heart and out to all the people in the world, even known and unknown. Just radiate lots of love out to Mother Earth and to people, and you'll often find it comes back tenfold for you. So if you do that and close your eyes and radiate that thought, you can also imagine green as well, because that's for the heart chakra, and you can sort of breathe in, hold your breath for 5 seconds, and release. You can always place your hand on your heart. That's what I'm doing at the moment, because that sort of helps visualise that as well. So you can think of the colour green in your mind's eye, and you can visualise roots growing from your feet into Mother Earth. Think of them really wrapping around the core of Mother Earth, the crystal core. As you do that, you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. I always like to hold my breath for a few seconds, about 3 to 5 seconds, and then release ever so slowly through your mouth. The slower you can release through your mouth after breathing in deeper and holding that breath into your abdomen, the more of a release I feel for any sort of anger or frustration. So anything bad that you're feeling at the moment, anyone you want to forgive, anything that's really been getting on your nerves, I want to say at the moment, just breathe in deeply through your nose, hold it in your abdomen, 5 seconds, and release. As you're going to do that, you can sort of feel a big weight lifting from you, and you sort of got really relax your shoulders. You don't have to hold your heart. Some of you might like to keep your hands facing up, which would bring energy into your body from around you, from universal source, or you could put your hands down directly on your hands facing into your knees, so that you're giving energy into yourself. If you do Reiki or anything like that, then obviously Reiki will come out of your hands anyway, generally, and sort of generate into your body, which is a little bit of a healing sensation at the same time as relaxing. I don't particularly like this song though. It's a bit back to the 80s, isn't it? So I'm not going to meditate with that one on. So we'll carry on with our... it's very 80s. It's actually called Rain Dance. It's not a track of mine, but I have been trying to get a full track together that I can play with my own in the background, which would be a bit more interesting. So it's the beginning of the new cycle now, out with the old, in with the new. Good time to commit to personal goals and actually taking a leap of faith and accepting all the imperfections about yourself and others. So now would be a really good time to sort of sign up to a spiritual sort of class or group if that's what you're looking for. Maybe you're stuck at the moment and you've been searching for something, you've never been able to find it, and now's the time. That's kind of how I was drawn to Reiki, really. Another interesting story. Sensitive organs at the moment for people's could be thyroid, which is usually around here, feet, toes as well, and endorphins, and melatonin. Now melatonin is the chemical which, if we don't get enough sleep, we don't get our REM sleep, which is between a particular time, like 12 and 3 I think it is. If you don't sleep between those times particularly good, you will lack melatonin in your brain, which is what helps us with our endorphins, which makes us happy. So at the moment, if people aren't sleeping, which they probably aren't, I've been struggling like hell to sleep for more than 4 hours at a time, which hasn't contributed very well to my moods. So do meditate, because the meditation is another replacement for sleep. They do say sort of an hour's worth of meditation is the equivalent of a couple of hours of sleep. So it's something you can really get into the habit to, and I have been thinking perhaps because I've been meditating more, that's why I'm not sleeping so well. So I'm hoping not, but But either way, I'm getting the rejuvenation I need, either way, one way or the other. And even if you feel like a nap in the daytime, apparently an afternoon nap for an hour is really good for you. So don't feel bad if you get the chance to nap in the day, then do it. But I'm trying to get into the habit. I haven't napped in the day for a hell of a long time, since my kids were small. But some of you that have children, you'll probably find that you do. Don't feel bad about that, because it is something, you know, that's really good for you, by the way. So if you can't meditate, come to my classes, because that's a good way to get out of the house, have a new fresh, you know, fresh place to go, fresh energies. It's very healing in my room, I will say that. So the next full moon will be March the 28th, which is called the worm moon, funnily enough. So it's going to be a wormy moon. So I might come on then and do a live, because I haven't done a live reading session for a while. Reason being, I've been absolutely busy trying to prepare for the group. Been doing obviously the Reiki distance healing grids. I've been actually doing courses and things to enlighten my skills, and I've been making lots of resin and ashes jewellery, which I have been posting out lots of videos for. So yeah, all in all, I've been very, very busy, apart from my little blip last week where I felt a bit under the weather after my jab. So let me know if you've had your jab, that would be interesting to know. But you need to listen to the wisdom of your heart as well at this time, alright? So a lot of the meditations, if you do them, it's going to help you listen to your inner voice, and you're going to be able to listen to what your heart says at the moment. It's a very hearty month this month, okay? It's Venus and Neptune together in the sky. It's sort of a real big recipe for attracting love and healing the heart. It's going to activate the heart chakra a lot, this sort of new moon. So if matters of the heart are being stirred up at the moment, try to sort of keep the thoughts out of your head, and see if you can sort of lead them from your heart rather than from your head, okay? Which is where the responsibility and the karma cards are coming in. Alright, so I hope that helps all of you on this new moon, and I have missed seeing you all. So let me know if you'd like me to do a Zoom room meditation with you guys. I have got my kids tonight, and it is getting a bit late, but I don't mind doing that for you if that was what you would wish. Okay, so namaste to all of you. I've got my purple gear on today and a bit purple hazy. So yeah. Bye everyone. Love you.